and I have a very, very special treat today. I'm interviewing my father. It's Bud Witte. It's my dad. He is one of the most brilliant salesmen that I've ever met, and single-handedly is my absolute biggest supporter. And you know, I feel like the more into this profession I get, and the more I'm able to actually look back, I see all of the things that you were doing and the way that you were working with everything that we did growing up. And so now as an adult, I can absolutely appreciate it. My dad has been in sales for 40 years?
Too many.
He's been in sales already. He's very, very successful. And he's one of the last, we're going to call your profession now, where he travels. He goes and he has this connection with his customers, this. And a lot of with the internet, that's kind of dying out. Like this whole new way of building relationships is kind of coming about. And one big place where I feel like people in sales can go wrong is they're missing that connection. And so I'm going to have my dad talk to you about things over the past, were you going to say 40 years, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to say 40 years in sales on how to sell without selling and building relationships. So, all right, so the first question I want to ask is, what do you think is one of the single most greatest qualities of a good salesman?
Salespeople have to be able to diffuse their customers and disarm. And I usually use those things. By diffusing, I mean you have to create a balance and a confidence level in the between the customer and you. And if you can do that, you're...
It just goes to sleep. It's still
recording. You've solved a big portion of the battle. And how do you do that? That's the big question. The first thing that I like to do is when I'm talking to somebody and I'm meeting somebody for the first time, and I know I have an objective in mind, is if you understand human nature, a person, whether you're selling or just meeting a person for the first time, is allow that customer to talk about themselves. If they do that, 90% of what everybody wants to talk about or what they know is about themselves. So if you allow that customer that liberty, they are selling themselves. So the less you say, less is more in the sales game. And so you have to be able to know when to shut up, know when to listen, be an attentive listener, and actually absorb what they're telling you. The more they talk, the more you're selling. And you really, another thing that I always like to say is don't ever sell anything to anybody. You're offering the person an opportunity. And when you do that, I think that, and they understand the opportunity, you're going to bridge a lot of barriers.
Right. You don't have to share, you sell.
Right.
You don't have to sell, you share.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think when you're building relationships with people, when you are gaining that trust, maybe some of the things that, looking back, that you know that you do to gain trust with your clients?
Other than allowing them to take the floor, customers usually, when you're dealing with a product, with something that you want to offer the customer, an opportunity or a vision for them to help make money, I think that's very, very important. There's two types of selling. You're not necessarily selling an object. You're selling a vehicle for them to help them better themselves.
Right.
And when you have that, you're changing the tone. A lot of customers, if you're going to put it that way, are going to take a natural defensive posture in the sales recipient and the sales game. Okay, and when you diffuse that type of barrier, you're getting someplace.
Right.
Okay, and I know that a lot of customers will come up and give you a no, or give you no, I'm not sure I know about this. Normally, what that means is they don't have enough information. And if they don't have enough information, they're not sold on the product, the service, the attitude, or the environment that you're trying to work with them on.
Right.
And so no does not necessarily mean no. It always means, I just don't have enough information.
Right.
Okay, so that's another one.
It means not right now.
Is pretty important. Right.
Yeah.
Not right now. And if they're saying no, then, and you give them all the information that you think you can or you have to kind of do some soft probing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it their financial position? Is it their business outlook? Is their lack of understanding?
Right.
Is it and by you getting them to ask to formulate those ideas or those questions, and by you asking questions is going to create answers. Another thing that I don't like people doing is, or I've seen them, is avoid a yes or no answer all the time. Don't ask, is this good? Do you like this? Because that can predicate a no.
Right.
And when you predicate a no answer, it's creating a negative environment in the customer's head.
Right.
And you want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
Okay. So ask questions that predicate a yes.
Right.
And when you do that, you're creating a stepping stone into a security for them.
Because then they're talking themselves
into it.
Amber Voigt, who's my sponsor, who loves Iroquois, and when she's got her host spiel, when she's talking about the opportunity, and that's one of the things that she absolutely does. So she says, after they've watched the video, the opportunity video or whatever, she doesn't ask them, well, what do you she asks them, well, what did you like best about it?
Exactly. That's very, very key. What do you like best about this product? What do you like best about this opportunity? That really creates them a segue into a more positive reaction.
Right. Absolutely. So how do you deal with the no's? How do you keep yourself inspired and keep yourself motivated and not let the no's stop you?
Well, a no, like I said, a no means you don't have enough information, and for some reason that customer may have shut down their receptiveness to that product or that entity or this opportunity. And you can say, yes, I can understand that. Is there another time that we can probably visit? Okay, can I drop off any information to you? And one key thing that you have to do is create a time, a date for that next opportunity. Okay, and then if you do that, you're going to break down some more barriers.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So make sure and create a time and a date and for the next opportunity. And that's important.
Right.
So don't pushy. If you don't get a yes the first time, there's another time.
Right.
There's another time. If this person has expressed some sort of positive connotation towards that product or entity, then and they say no, not right now, say good. Let's get together again at another time. But keep that firm date. Do not miss that date and time.
Right.
Okay, that's important.
Eric Worre talks about that in GoPro also. So I practice a lot of attraction marketing. So I don't ever have to ask somebody a yes or no question. They come to me.
Right.
Because they've been observing.
Sure.
And I feel like a lot of that for me is because the reason that when I started with Unique, I kind of just exploded is because I had a whole bunch of really valuable relationships.
Right.
I have a whole bunch of people that I'm friends with and that are friends with me. And so we really try to encourage the importance of adding value to the relationships of people everywhere around you. And the second that you walk out of the door, the world is your market.
Right.
You're not limited to this. And if your market goes cold, then you got to head out the door. Feet on the ground.
Right. We call it boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. And I remember as a little girl, and as a kid, this was really, really obnoxious, that every single where we would go with you, whether it be the grocery store or McDonald's or everywhere, it feels like a trip with Dad would take 25 minutes extra because Dad had to make friends with everybody in the room. He knows the deli guy's name, and when he walks into that door, he knows his cashier, and people like him, and they know him because you bring that value to them. you know, and automatically, you know, especially maybe with direct sales, one of the most successful direct sellers of all time said that he has a book this big of everybody he's ever met.
Right.
You know, the world is yours, and if you're giving out, you're giving in, and so you are excellent at building really quality relationships with people.
Well, everybody in my business, where I'm walking into a doctor's office, or when I used to be walking into sporting goods stores, everybody is important, because you don't know where you're going to meet that person again the next time. You meet the same people going up as you do coming down, and people, especially at the junior level, are hungry for knowledge. At the senior level, they're hungry for knowledge. At the middle level, they're hungry for knowledge. And if you can avail yourself to that opportunity, that you may have something of value for them after exploring their interests, they're much more likely to endorse your product and give you the accolades that resonate the product that you're selling. Because if I'm selling a person a frame, okay, every time they go to the wall, they think, oh, that's Bud. Mm-hmm. Oh, here, this is Brianne.
Right.
This is, okay, they've transcended that as a product. It's now they're helping you because they have a fixed relationship with you.
Because they have a relationship with you,
That's right.
Exactly.
It's superseded the product. Okay.
You're like, oh, you like that makeup? I know who your makeup lady is.
Right.
You know, I know somebody who sells unique because you're meeting. And the same thing goes when we don't limit ourselves to just. I mean, in my profession, we do makeup and cosmetics. We also do skincare, but we don't limit ourselves to just marketing and just building relationships with females, because most males have moms and they have girlfriends that they buy for. You know what I mean? And so expanding, knowing that the second that you walk out, every single buddy that you meet, that you interact with, that's all part of your business.
Exactly. And if you get a no, then you're getting referral business, mm-hmm. and referral business is huge. I never walk into a customer cold, and I'm talking on a B2B thing, a business to business mm-hmm. relationship. I always ask for a referral. Well, does this doctor know that doctor? Does this doctor know anybody else who may want to avail themselves of this opportunity? In this industry, of course, it's territorial, because they don't want to give my products away to their competitor, mm-hmm. but they may know somebody in a different state.
Right.
They may know somebody in a different county or a different region who they're friends with, who they think they want to see them succeed.
Right.
And so when that happens, then
and they want to give that to you because they like you.
Because they like you. Say,
right.
This is a great guy. He can really help your business out. He can help make you money. And there's nobody that as far as I know, who's not interested in making money.
Right.
Either a little more or a lot more.
Right.
You know, depending on where the environment in your industry, I think, you know, because I don't know a ton about it, mm-hmm. You have a much broader spectrum of customers mm-hmm. than we do. You know, you can anywhere. I don't care where you go.
Anywhere.
And you know, so anybody out there, if you limit yourself, that's exactly what you're doing. You're
right.
putting cuffs on yourself, because
there's no limit.
The grocery store, you know, it just doesn't matter. Any place you walk, you have a
and we get to be our own walking advertisements,
right?
Which
exactly.
Is, I mean, it's one of the reasons I chose Unique.
It's an incredible,
sure.
It's an incredible opportunity.
But we do the same thing in direct sales. Is we network with other networkers. Mm-hmm. So I make sure that everything that I buy is from another networker. And I mean, the reason that my sponsor got me was because of one of my friends who knew me. She's like, oh, I know who you should sign up under. Right. I've gotten a couple girls that way.
Right.
So, and that's the same thing. You add value to everybody around you. You support other salespeople. You network with other networkers. Learn that all from you, Dad.
Well, I mean, it's understanding people, and it's being genuinely interested in their position. You know, their lifestyle, their children, their ups, their downs, their hot buttons. You know, we consider that hot button salesmanship. When you find that thing that interests that person that you're talking to, they're going to blossom. They're going to start talking. And then you have to be a good listener. Don't think beyond their conversation. okay, because their conversation is naturally going to segue you into talking about your product.
Right.
They're going to do it for you if you give them the time and the effort and the energy, and you become their friend. Another thing you need to do, and I'm not the best at this, but I'm pretty good, is understanding, knowing the person's name. Okay, if you can reiterate that person's name 3 or 4 times within the first minute of your conversation when you met that person, you've created a bond, because there's nothing more important to any human being than to hearing their name.
To address them.
If you address them as hi, oh God, I forgot your name. I've done that before. It's embarrassing, but at least you're, if you get into that position where your mind didn't give you that opportunity, and you're perfectly honest with them, I forgot your name.
When
It's
you have
okay.
a chance to
It's
laugh.
okay.
To
It's
laugh with
okay
them,
because you've created a degree of levity.
Right.
For it. And if you guys are working over the telephone, that's which I'm sure you do, also over the telephone. Phone voice is critical. Okay, you always have to talk with a smile. Okay, you walk with a smile. You engage with a smile, and showing those pearly whites is everything.
Right.
Because if you smile and the world smiles with you, okay, you're going to find that out.
We have to radiate positiveness. And I tell
That's
that when
right.
people that we work our Facebook pages, is there's 0 negativity allowed. People don't want that. They don't want the negativity. They want happiness, and they want to feel good, and they want to be seen.
Of course, they want to be recognized, and that's what you're getting at. They want to be recognized as a viable person, and that they have importance, and they are more important than you.
Absolutely.
Okay, because you've elevated them, and that's
Right.
what you want to do. That's your effort, is to elevate them, make them feel good about themselves, make them feel good about their environment. If they're not feeling good about themselves, about their position, if they feel like they're better than that, that's even a better opportunity for you people.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible.
Well, and when we do have sales, following up with our customers, thanking
Right.
them.
Right.
A lot of times we do that on Facebook with a fun image, or reach out to them by messages. But following up with customers after they've ordered is for us is really crucial, and it's actually something some people don't do. If they're not following up, people need to be appreciated.
Sure, for their efforts, and they need to. That's a reward. It's a psychological reward, and it also means that you haven't sold them a bill of goods, and then you're off to the next objective.
Right.
You don't leave anyone behind.
No.
Ever.
It's a valuable
It's
relationship,
cool.
because you never know if somebody's going to sell if they're going to want this opportunity.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dad. You're so smart. It just goes black. It's
Just
still
goes-
recording.
Okay.
All right.
No, thank you
so
very
much.
very much. This is very interesting. I hope that this helps. There's one little tidbit of information you get out of this, and you apply it, and you can run with it and turn it into part of your nature, part of your being, part of your consciousness and self. And you don't do it. You have to practice, but then it becomes second nature, and
Right.
it becomes natural. And then when it becomes part of your personality, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
It's
And it
just
turns into
learning how
fun.
to
It
be-
turns
yeah.
turns into fun. Remember to disarm and diffuse, disarm, and go ahead and have fun with it. That's exactly what you're going to do.
Be a good friend.
Yeah, and make
Building
money
good
while you're at
relationship-
it.
And make some money while you're doing it. All right. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
All right, you guys.
I appreciate it.
Over and
Bye-bye.
out.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.